Whoa. What is that? That might be the one. Look like lava. That's rather beautiful. I don't think that's going to be the most camouflage skin. But that's just so nice. Okay. Volcano build. Stegosaurus. Look at that little orange lava rock. Yeah, so plan is to play Stegosaurus today. A creature I'm not too fond of. I've not touched this dinosaur since May 10th, 2004. And I believe I called this dinosaur untouchable at the time. And what ended up killing me was another Stegosaurus and a dino mixing. But now there is a creature called a T-Rex in the game. And yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be food for one. Oh, look how far away that sanctuary is. Dude, it's gonna take me forever running at this speed. And it's nighttime. I'm in Highlands Basin. Coming up against many of Stegos and losing almost 100% of the time just turned me off of this creature so much that I just refused to play it. Just felt too overpowered and, like my video said, untouchable. Almost untouchable. There's a little bit of exaggeration thrown in there. You get my point. But I feel like a big T-Rex will have no problem touching us. May even end us in a bite. But the mission of the day is to get this little dude into a big dude and become Prime Elder. We have a few T-Rex battles along the way. Since I last played, they also added new attacks. How do I do the charged up tail thing? There we go. I've been on the receiving end of those a few times, and I know it's not very fun. And I know there's that 180 power swing. Like that. Okay, that's cool. And that just destroyed all my stamina. Let's turn into a patrol. It's got a bit of food here. Maybe we hang out here for a bit. But I've noticed my food isn't dropping very fast at all. Usually other species it declines rapidly, but not for Stego. So we might have to throw up a few times. A small Rex was drawn in by the sounds of me feeding. But I wasn't gonna cower and hide, so I decided to show myself, to let it know I wasn't afraid. Oh, there we are. Ooh, that didn't take long, we got our first kill. Oh, dude. Now you see how lethal these little Stego spikes are. Holy. After that little bit of excitement, it was back to munching on trees and making myself force throw up. Okay, there we go, we puke. But this wouldn't be the greatest of ideas, as the nearest water source, North Lake, had a number of gators in it, and the nearest safe water was some distance. So I decided to bite the bullet and make the long journey to Sanctuary. It was also one of the requirements for reaching Prime Elder. So it was a two birds, one stone situation. This morning sun is bringing out my colors. Oh, beautiful. Tastiest little treat in Highlands. Young Stego actually has some decent stamina. So you can do some traveling. Plus he looks really cute while doing it. It's a bonus. Lift his tail up. It's a cool little cave. Didn't even know this was here last time. It takes you right to Sanctuary. Just neat. Tracky. Don't eat all my mushrooms. It's Quite good they put that indicator there. Because being the sanctuary at night, trying to find those mushrooms was a bloody nightmare. No, I'm too big. I'm just skedaddle. So we got kicked out at 35%. Not even 200 kilo yet. We still haven't grown that much since we spawned. Right, what happened to my weight? I'm over a ton already? I was only just a couple 100 kilos. I was not expecting to grow that quick. It was so slow, that initial few percentage. Big fella already. I didn't mean to AFK grow. I wasn't even gone for long. I was only gone for 10 minutes, if that. So what do I want to do for first mutation? I was going to do this, enhanced digestion. So we would grow quicker, but we're already pretty damn big. I don't think it's really needed now. So I guess we'll go for the old classic photo as the first mutation. This is the 4th different episode I've filmed in the last week and a half. I've just become so picky with what content I upload on my channel now that I usually just scrap so much footage. First attempted a Dibble episode. I entombed twice. Nothing really happened. And eventually I just died to a big Rex. Next one I attempted was Rex on no AI. And that was just miserable. Then I attempted Cerato. What? Dude, that is OP. What the fuck was that? I grew about 4 or 5 different Ceratos in each life. Just wasn't amazing. Like, I tried my best at fighting Rexes, but with high ping, you can't really avoid the Rex's pin crush ability, and it's very annoying. So yeah, Stego episode. After trotting through a number of patrol zones in the north, it was time to head south. I'd wanted to find a nice quiet spot deep inside a delta to grow. But in order to do so, I would have to cross the now very populated Forks Pond region. Whoa, okay, there's a bunch of corpses here. Ah, shit. What went down there? Let's get out of here, man. No! The puke animation saved them. Oh, there's a number of Yugas, aren't there? And a big Rex. No, not the insta-pin, man. You're all mixing. You guys suck. Actually, that didn't take too long to grow. That was about an hour and 20 minutes of growth. And I got to 2 ton. That's not bad at all. Whee! Life number 2 didn't last long, but life number 3 I spawned way up in the east, an extremely quiet part of the map, mostly. After maximizing my stay at the sanctuary, I then spent the night feeding at a patrol zone, and come morning I'd regained all the growth that I'd lost. New friend acquired. Let's hope he's not a scout, because that could be a real problem for me. Thankfully it wasn't, but it was time to say goodbye to our flying friend and trade it for a more socially accepted one. An old buddy will be joining us on this adventure, but he was still small and vulnerable, so it was up to me to protect him. A passing visit from a solitary Rex would be the only bit of danger we'd come across for the next hour. And in that time, Frollo had put on quite a bit of size, to the point where we were now thinking of making a nest. Throughout the night we travelled looking for the ideal nesting location, and we found it on top of a hill overlooking Salt Lake. Fresh water and diets were nearby, and we had good visibility of the land below. This would be perfect. Nesting on the HORDETEST works a little different. You can now do so as just subadults, but in order to gestate eggs you first have to build your nest. Now I can gestate. This part of the map had been really quiet, but there was still one or two dinos lurking around. Big track. But they seemed friendly enough, and after a bit of feeding, the eggs were ready to be laid. Nesting site is actually pretty good. Right next to the waterfall. This kinda is a main pathway, so that'll be interesting, but it shouldn't be boring. Those are some huge eggs. This is not a bad nesting site at all. It's pretty fun until a Herrera comes along. Sees what we're doing. Till then, this is perfect. Slowly, eggs were starting to get taken, and all the commotion was attracting the local tribe to come and investigate. Maybe it had saw we were nesting and was coming to say hello to the little ones. Don't do it. Bruh. Going into today, Trike wasn't on my radar as being a threat, but here we are. Frollo wanted to run, but it was I that wanted to stay and protect the nest. A costly mistake. Oh, I'm screwed. Okay, I'm dead. I messed that up. Come on, Frollo, you can do it. At least survive. We were both too small for a battle like this, and eventually Frollo came to his demise also. And to add even more heartbreak, the babies were so small that they would have just starved to death. So, just like that, an entire Stego family was erased. But my day was far from being over, and after another hour of growing, I reunited with Frollo at the docks. But he wasn't alone. Big Blue Hair was Prime Elder, and the first of which I'd come across. But I wouldn't know them for long. They had decided to entomb and start the process all over again. Entombing at its current state I don't think is entirely worth it, especially on larger creatures. I enjoy playing my dino's life out and having to start again, regrow just for some extra stats with no guarantee you'll make it back to adulthood just isn't worth it for me. But this is its first introduction into the game, and things will be improved upon, and there might be even more of an incentive later down the line. With a big Rex in the area, we opted to take the long way around North Lake, and come night time, both of us had reached subadult, and we wasted no time putting down a nest. It'll be fine. That noise is awesome. I've never heard that before. Our firstborn was full of life. The second, not so much. They got glitched inside the nest and had to be put down. Eggs 3 and 4 provided strong, healthy babies that grew up very fast. Hopefully we get to see our children grow old this time. Taking the babies to school. Sanctuary. So Juvy's got to learn necessary skills to survive. That's what I like to think. We would spend the night watching over them, but thankfully Sanctuary didn't have no toothy visitors during this time. But it wouldn't be long before the Steglings outgrew this place. So it was time to travel in pursuit of more fruitful lands. Beside water access, a patrol zone appeared. This is where we would spend a bit of time. We even chucked down another nest. Ah no, I got Frollo's colours again. All was well until 2 trikes showed up, and an immediate flashback raced through my mind. Don't do it. This felt a little like deja vu, but the trikes once again seemed friendly enough to calling us. But I like to think I learned my lesson from last time and kept a little bit of safe distance in hand. Thing is, they could probably kill all of us still. I'm still only 4 ton. Not even 60% yet. My growth has slowed down massively. I've been letting all the little dudes get all the diets first. Luckily, we all knew what was about to happen, and we all came out unscathed. Well, almost. You see, we still had a nest down with 1 egg remaining, and the trikes damn well knew it, so they stood on top of it, knowing we had to come and fight them if we wanted to save it. But we were not going to play the trikes game, and decided to abandon it altogether. Defensive circle. My group now felt a certain way about trikes, so once this sub was spotted, it was dealt with rather quickly. Come on, man, Frollo. I wasn't part of this. Highlands was reasonably quiet, so we made our way to west rail access, and then south, hoping to find Rexes, or a certain black and white trike. But both these areas were completely dead. no life whatsoever. It really does seem like 90% of the server is congregated to one area of the map. So heading to said location, we passed through swamps. And to our surprise, they added a heck of a lot more diets in this area. This wasn't a patrol or a migration. This place was absolutely loaded with diets of all varieties. Enough to feed 5 hungry Stegos, and then some. Oh, this poor little truck. No. I will save him. Run, little truck. No. We had been playing for hours, and I myself had pulled an all-nighter, so we all decided to call it there and log out together. Dude, we've been walking around forever. We found nothing. Like, what the hell is up with that? Well, it's now day 2 of our venture. Frollo has gotten on early and got into prime. So he's got spiky plates, just like a female. And almost there. 74. One more tick, and I reach adulthood. A few more steps down the road, and we hit adult. Third mutation, we selected fracture resistance, and that allowed us to select a 4th mutation, meaning we hit prime elder. And for that, we did reduce damage when fighting a larger species. And hopefully both of these mutations would help when encountering a Rex. Big old dinos. Don't want to go anywhere near the water. There's a big Rex. He's a monster. We entered Fork Split and creatures started popping out of everywhere. The challenge was now deciphering who was playing with who. This was looking more like a Path of Titans official set than the old, but we stuck around here for a bit. Frollo enjoyed slapping around the dinos, but all the commotion we were causing was attracting the dominant duo that controlled these lands. And it was time for us to get the hell out of here. Half an hour later and I was back on my own. Our buddy Frollo decided to log, and I was slowly getting bigger, around 81%. Not true peak prime just yet, but I was catching the disease that plagues most Stego players, and that's boredom. So I marched my way onto Delta Bridge, looking for a fight. Bullying this poor innocent T-Rex came at a cost. My stamina was now running on E, and things that happen around the bridge don't go unnoticed, and in a matter of seconds, karma had found me. One last power swing and I was all out of stamina. No! But with tactile endurance enabled, there was still hope. But after a couple panic swings, it's over, man. Stego has my interest peaked. There is a hell of a lot more reason to play one now. And T-Rex battles are terrifying, but also fun. If you made it this far into my video, make sure you leave a like on it. Comment, I'll be happy to read them. Subscribe if you're new around here. And maybe check out some of these videos, they're pretty good. and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.